Okie dokie, welcome to another vintage video. Today I'm playing the 75 that I played in Prague. So this is the Dredge deck list that I took to Eternal Weekend Prague. The main note that we've got is two main deck Bridge from Belows and a main deck Cabal Therapy. In a lot of the current Dredge lists, these three are like your flex slots, so they're going to be either two Force Negations and a Mind Break Trap, or three Silver Smoke Ghouls. Or some people have got two Ghouls and one additional negation. I went with Bridges and Therapies because I like the Bridges in the mirror match. I feel like that wins game one, and then if in games 2 or 3 you both have operational decks, the Bridge deck is just heavily favoured in the mirror, and I felt like there would be a lot of the mirror. I also like additional threats versus the Lurus decks. I feel like that's good for us to have these additional threats, be it Ghouls or Bridges. And then I also like it versus Mono White. So that was my thinking as to why I'd play those cards instead of the additional permission. Just a bit more threat density, and I quite like Therapy as a card as well. It can come up to be quite good. So, and then everything else is the same, right? The Chalice, depending on who you ask, flips between sideboard and main. And then 4 kill spells, 4 disenchants, 4 ley lines, and 3 wastelands. So, yeah, we're going to run it through a league and see how we do. So I'll see you for round 1. Okay, round 1 we're up against Sinister 85, who in my mind plays a lot of Bug, which I'm not excited about. But we do have a Bazaar on 7 and we're going to press keep. Put one of the Bridges in the opener, which is quite exciting. So if we can flip into a Grief, I think that'd be like our best thing. Although it'd be hard to hold all the cards, won't it? Oh no, because Bridge goes. Also, Bridge can go. Narc can go. Serum Powder can go. And then I will lead on Grief, I think, against a Bug game. I'd rather have the Hollow one in play. That just gets through. And then not a Bug gamer, just as bad. So Mana Crypt Ruby. They've got all the mana. They're playing a Fleetwheel Cruiser. That's kind of fucked. Trample Haste 5/3. Stonecoil Serpent is going to stonewall all of my amalgams for the rest of time. Or there's a Stonecoil Serpent, which they can play on turn 1 as a 5/5. So I guess I should take the 5/5. But then if they go Patchwork, so Ancient Tomb Patchwork, or actually Workshop Patchwork, Ruby Crypt, Fleetwheel, that's a 4/4. I'm going to take the Stonecoil. I think the Stonecoil is scarier on turn 1 or 2. Oh, I'm holding a Force of Will as well. So that actually makes it easy. I can counter the Patchwork on the way down. And then they're just on a Fleetwheel Cruiser. I don't have any Dredgers, which is an issue. So there's the Workshop. And then they're going to lead on Patchwork. We're going to counter it, and then they'll dump all the rest of their mana. They might get in for 5 with the Cruiser. Bit of an aggro version here. So I'm going to counter this because it's quite scary. They didn't draw a Wasteland off the top, which is a pretty big game for us. And now they play a bunch of cards, and I can't do anything else. So in comes the Cruiser. It's going to get in for 5. Do I want to trade that off? Probably not. I'm probably fine without it. Right, Crew 2, yeah. You can 5 me, that's fine, sir. Thank you. I take some damage. Upkeep will just flip the Bazaar because we don't lose anything from doing so. We hit a Grief and a Bridge. Then we draw a Dredger. So if we get in for 6, we know about Ancient Tomb, and then that's it, right? And now I've got 2 Bridges. Wasteland, how horrible. But on the plus side, they're dead in 2. And they've got a Mana Crypt in play. So I feel like we're going to just about do enough just off that Bridge token, helping the Hollow one along. And now they're dead to both of our threats. Yeah, that's cool. Nice game. Didn't even need the Dredge mechanic. So We'll bring in everything, I guess. On the draw, though. So griefs aren't needed. Chalice is loose on the draw. And then it's always just that question of, do I want the Force of Will package in? I probably don't need therapy, because that's going to be pretty loose. How many of their threats am I going to be able to actually kill? Patchwork, Stone Coil. I can't really kill anything, can I? Maybe I just don't want this. Can I keep one? Oh no, it's keeping... I'm a bit confused. 64. 61, and we'll trim a Thug as well. And then just go with Vigors and Wastelands. Wastelands are to combat Tabernacle mostly. I think I'll go with this. I'm not sure if they're actually going to have threats that I can kill. And on the draw, the blue package seems slightly better. I must say, Workshops is not something I was expecting to play against, like a Prisony shop deck. This is a Powder, and we'll just put Creeping Chill on the bottom. And now we'll Powder again. And now we've got Vigor and Force of Will and Bazaar. And we know that the bottom card of our deck is a Creeping Chill. So opponent has got the Nutso start here. I will force that because I'm kind of priced into doing so. And then in their end step, we'll Vigor the other two. They've got 3 cards in hand after this big exchange. So everything's dead. Hollow one would be nice. So Noxious Revival. That's also quite nice, to be honest with you. Ooh. What do I want to keep? I think I want to keep the Noxious. If they go Sphere into Wasteland, then this looks stupid. But I think maintaining the Bazaar is better. Though my opponent can probably deduce what I've got in hand, actually, because of the hollow one being discarded. Ghost Quarter, yeah. Okay. No, I won't use Ghost Quarter's ability. Bazaar? Ooh. Do I slow roll this? I guess no. I can play it and then activate later. And they've got nothing. So, should I flip? I guess it's good to flip twice. I just think we didn't ban a bridge, yeah. Upkeep, I can dredge 5. Hit some nonsense. It's going to trigger some stuff. And we're kind of cruising at this point. We've only got the one dredger, which is kind of concerning, but they've conceded the match. Nice. So a bit lucky there with the top deck. Maybe you're supposed to see Sphere into Wasteland and put the Hollow one into play instead of the Noxious. Because it's very easy for me to just die there with a Noxious in hand, right? So it's either Noxious, hold Noxious, and hope they don't have Wasteland Sphere. Then you also die to Pithing Needle that way. So maybe the Hollow one is better, just to put the clock into play. I don't know. Cool game, though. Okay, round 2. We're up against Ox Dizzle. We are on the play with a Bazaar. Once again, 0 dredgers. Maybe I didn't register them. So, opponent has powdered, and they've shown us a Silver Smoke Ghoul dredge list. So we want to find our dredgers, and we want to find our bridges quickly, basically. We'll Force of Will basically anything they play. Because main board, neither of us are likely to have Wastelands. And then if I do end up therapying them, I'll Our Therapy Noxious Revival. That's pretty much the only nameable card. Dredger, please. No dredgers. Do I even want to grief them? I don't think so. I think I want to discard Icarid, Prized Amalgam, Grief. But if I'm discarding Grief, then I may as well pitch the Therapy. And just get a card for free. Yeah, okay. So we'll discard the Powder. We'll pitch the Therapy. We'll grief them off of whatever they've got. Probably nothing too relevant. Creeping Joe Hollow One. See, this is an issue. We'll take that Hollow One. And now we pass. I'm going to get an Amalgam into play, but I need to find a Dredger quickly, because they've got the Nut High Dredgers over there. And they're going to overcome us quite quickly with that. They exiled 2 Ghouls and an Amalgam, but that doesn't really mean anything. Two Synchro Imps. We've got Force of Will if they try and do something, but it just doesn't matter, does it? Okay, that resolves. I'll save the life point. You can have the info. So, the best thing for us to draw on our upkeep here is Bazaar plus Dredger. Oh, they got another Hollow One. Cool. Icarid, I'm going to activate in response. I find another Icarid. But not another Dredger, which means I'm just going to get overpowered on the way in. That's going to trigger my Amalgam and at least get me a blocker on the way through. They block, no surprise. And now we just get absolutely bodied. So let's get rid of their Exile Zone. Oof, what a weird place to put that. Draw Step. What time to be alive. Draw Step, they dredge a Troll. And then with a bunch of triggers on the stack, they do some more stuff. They find a Silver Smoke Ghoul. They have chilled me, I think. Yeah, there's a Creeping Chill on the stack. I don't know how to do this. We don't need to worry about the board. The board doesn't matter. So they chill me, they get back a Ghoul, they get back 0 Amalgams at the moment. Hollow One comes in, I imagine. Crunch, crunch. We go down to less life points and they get Silver Smoke Ghoul. We've got 2 Icarid triggers. Let's hope we get a Dredger here. We miss. That's cool, that's cool, that's cool. I don't really want any of these Icarids right now. I don't gain anything from that. So I'll draw a Golgari Thug. So I get to play the game from next turn if I'm alive. They found no Dredgers last turn. I won't block. Oh, hang on, I won't block. I won't attack, sorry. So, draw step, they do some dredging. There's an Amalgam here, an Icarid. There's a Narcomover trigger on the stack. And 2 more chills, and another Amalgam. I am probably far too far behind at this stage. To actually do anything. We just missed on dredgers for far too long, and then we get bodied. How many Amalgams do they have coming in? 2, and the next turn they've got 2 Icarids. Sure, I take 1. Strange attack, seeing as this is going back for free, right, isn't it? Thought they chilled me. We'll activate 2 griefs would be cool. Oh, 1 grief is acceptable. That means I get to bring back an Icarid, eating the grief. And the reason we want to do that is if we dredge here into our bridges, we'll get some blockers. Do I want to... I probably do want to eat one of the thugs. And then I'll draw step a thug. And I'll hit 1 bridge at least. So I get some blockers. But they won't be enough. Okay. Cool stuff. Leylines, Vigors, and Wastelands can come in. A permission package can go, and then we'll drop the therapy and a few griefs. Yeah, seems good to me. That was just a classic case of not getting the Dredger right. So, you know, what are you going to do? If your deck doesn't work, your deck doesn't work. Welcome to Bazaar of Baghdad, I guess. Okay, game 2. We'll be on the play. We're post board. I've got 2 Bazaars and nothing to do against the Leyline of the Void. So let's hope that doesn't happen. That doesn't happen. Cool. So we'll activate and we'll get rid of Stinkweed Imp, Icarid. Because I can still get the Amalgam in before these Icarids go off next turn. Bazaar. From the opponent. We both keep 7. It's kind of fucked up. Although, as I said before, and this is my belief, is that I have Bridge from Belows, so I think my deck's just better. Like, not better, but when we're heads up like this, I think my deck is heavily favoured. So, Amalgam, Stinkweed Imp, a lot of triggers. Okay, our opponent might just die to Nut High Dredging straight away, to be honest with you. Unless they've got Ravenous Trap as their sideboard hate, at which point we've just lost. Okay. And another Narcomoeba. And then some Icarids. And I'll eat the Thug and the Shell here. I'm not too stressed about that, if they let me. Opponent not the fastest, but that's fine. Okay, cool. So, Shambling Shell can go. Golgari Thug can go. I'll Dredge a Stinkweed Imp to hand. And I'll play a Bazaar. And I'm going to go to combat and attack for 6. Do I want to be, like, weird and funny here? I think I will be. So I think I'll let my Amalgams in first. So I'm going to let my Amalgams in first. That's all going to happen. And then once the Amalgams are in, I'll Dredge some more. Like here. And I'm pretty sure they don't have, like, anything going on, but so I'm just confirming that the Amalgams get in before I do anything else. So I'm just going to chill, Imp. Didn't hit any bridges there. And I get another Narcomoeba. And some creatures die. And it's your turn. My board looks great. They find not very much, and they concede. Cool. So, games with no dredges on each side. Does this grief want to be anything else? This grief could be a therapy, but I think grief is probably just better. So, let's just ship that straight back in. I hope to keep 7. I hope there's no ley line. Did not keep 7. So I've got a ley line. So I'll keep this. I'll bottom the chill. I'll say done, and I'll put the ley line into play. Okay. So I don't know if I've seen this ley line art before. That's quite cool. And so far, no Vigor from the opponent and no Leyline either. And they're just going to hold off. And we've got Troll 2 Icarids, so strongly flavoured? No, strong favourite at this stage. So let's go Icarid, Troll to start with. We want to hold on to our Noxious for their Wasteland. And they may have a Vigor at some point here as well. They slow rolled the Vigor in case I play a Hollow one. But now I'm effectively on the play. Oh no, Nox, they've got a Bizarre activation. I'm stupid, sorry. But I have got my activation off, but they get the second activation first. So yeah, so no, good on them. They are an activation ahead. Icarid Thug. I don't want to punt away my Noxious before knowing whether they've got Wasteland or not. So I'm going to hold that off. They only get one Dredge off that Thug. They've missed after that. And they discard Thug, Chill, Leyline. So Icarid can't really come back unless they want to eat their Amalgam for pressure. They've lost their Misstep, which is great news for us because it means our Noxious is going to resolve. They've got a second Bizarre. Holy hell. So Narcomoeba and Creeping Chill. They've got two Amalgams. Do I want to respond to either of these? I don't think so, right? I don't think it does anything. So if I put that to the Narcomoeba, they're going to chill me, and they'll get their Silver Smoke Ghoul anyway, and they'll get the two Amalgams. It doesn't matter when my no. Okay, cool. We don't need to do anything. We can just hold our Noxious for a chill later or something. So Amalgam enters. And it's back to us. So that was like pretty nutty. Not ideal for the home team. Silver Smoke Ghoul and two Amalgams come in. I don't love that. I don't love that at all. Two Bizarres, eh? Two Bizarres and a Vigor. So, two Icarids on the stack. We're going to activate our Bizarre. Troll's going to happen. And then that's into a Thug. And then I can discard Bridge, Troll. Or Bridge, Troll, Thug. My Icarids are going to eat Shell and Thug. And then I'm going to Noxious the Bizarre Baghdad I've milled to get some Baghdad parity. And then I'll go to my draw step. I'll draw my Bizarre. I'll play it and we'll try and go as big as we possibly can. So Troll and Stinkweed Imp. I get a Chill as well. I don't get the second Bridge, but I do get a Narcomoeba and an Amalgam. So that's going to stem the bleeding somewhat. And then I don't attack because I want zombie tokens. They do have an Icarid though, but when they attack, I'll get another bridge token off my Narcomoeba. Two Bizarres play two Bizarres. I've got the bridges, so I feel like I should be ahead, but I might just be that like small tempo behind after their opener. Depends on who can make the widest board. And they do bring back the Icarid. But they're going to go through their whole deck here. Another chill. They're on 6 cards. A billion Icarids. They chill me, they narc me. They eat my bridge, but I'm going to get to go through my whole deck. And how many chills have we been through? 1, 2, 3. So they've got 1 chill left in their 6. Is that right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think they've got 1 chill left in their 6. Which means they probably don't want to block the Silver Smoke Ball because they gain life, no attacks. No attacks. Fascinating. So my bridge dies to their Icarid, but I'm going to go and get another bridge this turn. I've got some Icarids here. No cards in hand for the opponent. So let's just dredge a bunch to start off with, because I've got half my deck left. There's 3 amalgams, or 3 Narcomoebas, sorry. I need these to find an amalgam. I missed on amalgams. So I have to go over the top of the Narc triggers to find my amalgams. 19 cards left, so Grave Troll. Where are all my prized amalgams? Stinkweed Imp. There's 1 prized amalgam. Chill you. Did I miss on bridge as well? Oh no, his bridge is there. This can eat the Grief, the Singleton Grief, and then a Shambling Shell. I've only got 8 cards. So that's fine. I've got another shell. I'll dredge a Thug. So I go down to 4 cards. Only 2 amalgams, 3 amalgams total. So if I smash with Icarids here, what happens if I smash with everything? Then creatures become zombies. How many Icarids do they have? 1, 2, 3, 4 Icarids. But then they just block my tokens with Narcomoebas. So I can only block with 1 power creature, 1 attack with 1 power creatures. Or I just attack with the Icarids. That trades with everything. I get 2 more zombies. I've got 4 cards. They block with 2 narcs, and then I get 2 zombies out of the deal. Oh, I get 1 zombie out of the deal. That was a cool block. Maybe that's a mistake on my part then. Okay, that was cool. My mouse just ran out of dice. So opponent. Okay, so yeah, 1 attack there was a really annoying attack for me to do. I get some amalgams. I only get 1 zombie. They've got 4 Icarids. My board is quite wide though. It's not clear how they play from here. I presume some sort of alpha strike, but who's got the most chills? They've got some chills left. They just took a draw. 1, 2. That's my XR, so that doesn't really mean anything to us. Is this just going to be continuously trading off creatures then? I think I've got an amalgam trigger on the stack. I don't know. Effects area. Amalgam, yeah. Alright, squad in. They haven't gained any life yet this turn. So I feel like the block on the Silver Smokes is very good. Amalgam's trading is nice. Because they haven't got anything coming in. And then Narcs can block here. But is that true? Is that even true? No, it has to block there because I'm at 18. So then I take 12. They've got 1 chill left. I go to 3. And then on the crackback, I've got 4 Icarids. 1 chill here. 1, 2, 3, 4 Icarids. Prized Amalgam. So they've got 2 blockers. So 4 Icarids is 12. Prized Amalgam is 18. They're at 17. I've got 1, 2. 3 chills and 4 cards in my deck. So I can deal 21, 22, 23. And they can block 6 of that. So I'm good. If I dredge a Thug, which I've got. Oh, but they can dredge a chill, can't they? Did I fuck it up? So let's eat Stinkweed Imps. Because that's more than I've got cards in deck at the moment. Stinkweed Imp. Do I want to go? When did I have the chill on the bottom of my deck? Was that this game or was that last game? Stinkweed Imp. And then Stinkweed Imp. Do not click it. So if I dredge 4, I think I've got to dredge 4. I think I've got to push because they've only got dredge 4 available, right? 1 Thug. They haven't got any shells in their deck. They haven't got any shells in their deck. Oh, they've eaten them all. And they could have drawn their chill as well because they took a draw step last turn. So I'm just going to go 4 broke. This might be wrong, but I believe I've got 1 more chill. Dink. Then we attack with everything. Block, block, take 14. And they've not got a shell in their deck, so if they activate Bazaar, dredge a Thug to stay alive, they'll have 0 cards in their deck and they'll die. Unless they top deck a Noxious as their 1 draw. Which is actually live, isn't it? Oh no, it's my XR. Which is not live for them. Okay. So now they go to 0. I can count. See you for round 2. 3. Okay, match 3. We're up against Mr. Anderson. 3,000. We're on the play again, which is pretty cool. Pretty darn neat. And there's no Bazaar. They've revealed a Lurus, which is interesting. Another matchup to see how good our bridges are, how much crap I'm talking, that sort of thing. One thing with Lurus is they do tend to have a main deck spell bomb or lantern style thing. We'll just mulligan down to 0 cards though, that sounds good. I'll keep a couple of amalgams in the deck, I guess. Or millions of them. Keep a bridge, hide the tech. And we'll keep this. Pretty much discarding what we draw, holding Noxious, casting Hollow One is roughly how this is going to pan out. Icarid, yeah, cool. Cast a Hollow One, hope it gets through. Noxious for our Bazaar of Baghdad when they waste it, and then also interesting to find out what flavour of Lurus they're playing today. A wasteland flavour. Okay. I'd like to pick up my Bazaar of Baghdad, please. Did they slow roll the Force of Will? Yes, they did. Good play. Pitching Time Walk, so that's something. And then next turn they can just go Tundra Go, and we lose. Or Tundra Plow, and we die. So Icarid has nothing to eat. Call it Liquid. Grief. Grief's actually not too bad, because if their turn's like nonsense, like Island Ponder, and we top deck a black card, we can pitch it, we can get a zombie, Tundra Plow, and we die. Cool. Cool stuff. So Icrid doesn't do anything. Black card makes a zombie if this gets through. Take a peek. Show me your secret. So you've got a DT and a Caracas and then some lands. So this is going to make a zombie, and then next turn we'll get in for 5. They'll be at 10, and then it's just going to be 5 turns, which actually just is not nearly enough because of the ability to buy Lurus in a couple of turns' time. So I'll probably go Delta into tap land. Oh no, Underground Sea, they drew something. No, they didn't. Okay. Intriguing. Icrid eats Grief. No reason not to. We just need to push damage at the moment. This is one of those games where missing a Dredger is horrible. Now Icrid's dead again. They can buy Lurus this turn, play Lurus next turn, and then we're not winning the race. Oh, I do get another zombie though. Essentially, with Lurus in play, I will be dealing 1 damage a turn. Lurus in hand. So holding Caracas Delta, Lurus +1. Icrid's got nothing to eat. Bizarre. Noxious. Okay, well, I'll do that now because they can't have anything at the moment. Unless it's misstep exactly. In for 4, opponent falls to 6. Next turn they get to play Lurus, we draw a Bazaar of Baghdad. And we get to apply the pressure. Also, they can get Caracas Lurus and keep it alive and block. But then they're not gaining life and they're taking more turn than just attacking. So what happens? I hit them for 4, they go to 2. Then they hit me for 3 and they go to 5 and they can't fetch. So Delta Caracas still in hand. And no plays, not even playing a Lurus. Oh, I see. So they're holding a Bowmaster. So I'll play Bazaar and attack. Oh, 2 mana. No, yeah, you need a black one. You need a black one, so. So they play Bowmaster, and then we get our activation in. We keep our stuff alive for a second. That's annoying. That's really annoying. No dredges, no black creatures. And my bridge dies. They take 2. They block with the Bowmaster. Okay, block with everything so they can go Lurus Bowman next turn. My bridge dies, and we're going to start losing quite quickly. So one thing is, when do I want to activate my Bazaar of Baghdad? Caracas. Beep beep. So Lurus in. Do I want to just give up on this zombie and just go as big as I can on the activation? I guess so. I guess that's better. They got 2 cards. One of them's a Polluted Delta. Yeah, I'm just going to activate now because I just want to get dredges in my yard. There's a Thug. We missed on a Chill, which is a shame. Zombie down, zombie down. It's fine. I don't want to use Icarid, I want to dredge. So, no thank you. So 2 Icarids, an Amalgam, and a Grief. If we untap with Bazaar, we should be in good shape from that, I think. Get fucked. So in comes some creatures. Opponent goes to 9, we go to 16, 13. And they play a Psychic Frog. Good draws, man. Good draws. Do I want to eat an Icarid? Or do I just want to relax for a minute? Oh, no, I don't have to eat an Icarid. I can just eat a Grief. Oh, I once again don't have a Dredger. No, I won't eat an Amalgam. Okay, let's go to the next one. We're not winning. Did I accidentally eat a thing? I don't know. So, against the Lurus decks, I've been liking the full shebang coming in. Chalice is fine because of Tormod's Crypt. Because they've got the needles and sometimes they've got cages, and we need 5 cuts from here. So I'm going to drop Thugs, and I'm going to drop Therapy, and then I'm going to complain about not having Dredges. That's going to be the game plan there. Okay, on the play for game 2. Yeah, we almost got there, but it was just not. In the end, it just wasn't close, right? So they've still got Lurus. We've got 2 Bazaars. No, we have got Dredger, so we'll keep this. Not that I was going to mulligan if there wasn't a Dredger, to be honest with you, but we exiled some cards, but like a smattering of everything. So let's activate Sickening Shoal. So I'm going to discard Stinkweed Imp, Powder, Amalgam. And I'm going to cast a Chalice on 0. And they force of our Chalice on 0. Exiling a card that they haven't chosen yet. Cool, a Ponder, fine. So now we can dredge into a Shambling Shell and dredge back onto Vigor. We can kill a Yixlid Jailer. We can get Wastelanded. Oh no, Underground Sea. Okay, into Mox Jet. Into a Psychic Frog. Interesting. Do I want them to discard 2 cards? I don't think so. Well, discard a card actually, isn't it? So yeah, definitely not. Upkeep, I will activate because I'm just going to go as big as I can, as quickly as I can. So Stinkweed Imp. And then we'll just... Oh, I drew a card as well. Interesting. Okay, we'll just come off of everything, I guess. And just hope that this board state is going to be big enough. Yes. Yes. Draw step, I get Stinkweed Imp. I missed on Dredges again. Okay then. No, I've got Shambling Shell, So let's cast Hollow One. Play Bazaar. There's an Icarid there, but I'd like an Narcomoeba like right now. Nope. Okay. I'm going to hold the Sickening Shoal because that's the card that's like best. If I have a graveyard when I untap next turn, then go me. If I don't, then I've got 2 Bazaars to rebuild with. Opponent's got 4 cards in hand. We really kind of needed a Narcomoeba in that lot. Because I would have bought the 2 Amalgams back now, and that would have been quality. As it stands, we might just dredge back the Shambling Shell to start with, throw that at the Frog to get cards out of their hand, and then decide from there. So 2 mana is an Orcish Bowmaster. That's sorcery speed pinging me, which isn't too stressful. And I do untap with a graveyard, so that's tremendous news. I'm going to bring back my Grief. I'm going to bring back my Icarid. That's going to trigger my 2 Amalgams. And then I'll dredge the Shambling Shell back to hand. Please, thank you. There's a Narcomoeba. Do I want to go over the top of that? Not really. And now I'm just going to attack with everything. See how they block. And then I'm just going to Sickening Shoal their frog. Just to get in the way and just annoy them a bit. So that's going to get -3, -3. So they need to discard their hand to keep the frog alive. And then I'm going to dredge over the top of all of this. And maybe get some zombies on the way through. So they discard a Tundra. And they discard a Treasure Cruise. So lots of faith in the frog. Now I'm going to dredge over the top. We know they're hellbent. So Stinkweed Imp. Stinkweed Imp. I get a bridge. Discard, discard. How many cards I got? 16. So let's just do a nice 10 more. Clean and easy 10. Stinkweed. Oh, 11, please. So we had 5 cards in deck. 2 Narcomoebas pop into play. I've got some bridge tokens. And our opponent's going to be quite dead on board, really. And we've just done it in a stupid order and a stupid sequence because it means that our opponent is not fully aware of what's going on when they decide to rescue the frog, right? That's the idea. I get 2 tokens. I've got a billion Icarids. Tabernacle doesn't save them. It's got to be Ancestral into Tab plus Cage or something like that to save them from here. They're not getting a card off their frog. And I declare them dead. So we appear to still be in the game. We got an archive to go and get. This untap, no. So the tough one though is game 3 on the draw. For that, I'm probably going to bring back in the blue package because I want to fight around turn 1 8 pieces. Like here, I don't know what our opponent kept on the strength of because they've not got any cards that do anything against Dredge. They didn't wasteland us. They didn't interact with our graveyard. They just kept quality lands and spells, which isn't actually good enough. So opponent takes to the skies, but I have flying jellyfish, so nice try. I will block. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to bring in the blue package again. And I'm going to cut the chalice. The griefs. And a sickening shoal, I think. Oh, hang on. It's not enough cards. Let's bring a thug back in then. And this way we can react to turn 1 cage, turn 1 need, all this sort of nonsense. They have a cat. We have a powder. 2 Noxious going is a bit sad. Other cards leaving. Keep this, and we've got kind of what we want, except for the 2 chills in hand. We've got a wasteland as well, which can be useful. Let's see what opponent keeps this time. They keep on 6, so they have taken a mulligan in this game to find something useful. Caracas, no plays. Okay, interesting. So that just gonna be like a wasteland hand then. But I've got a troll this time around, and a hollow one. So let's just play this. Another bazaar. So troll, chill, amalgam, cast hollow one. In spots like this, I don't like fighting or protecting the Hollow One. I want to fight the hate pieces. They want to fight the Hollow One though, so they're not holding a plow. They exile a Ponder. So that means there's no plow, no tab. They're down the Force of Will, so we can protect our graveyard, which is more important to us than the 4/4. They've got the Wasteland, but I've got the second Tsar. So yeah, that can go in the graveyard, that's fine. And they've got nothing to do. So we're going to dredge draw step and then decide whether we're wasting or bazaring. Narcomoeba, Amalgam. I imagine we're just playing Wasteland then. So I'm about to put 7 power into play for free. And there's no reason to get tabbed off of this. So I'm just going to play my Wasteland. And hold it. They can have their Caracas, that's fine. Can they beat 7 power? Unlikely. And then next turn we'll return to the game plan as per. So we've got an Underground Sea. And a Brainstorm. Do I care about Brainstorm? Probably not. Probably can't care about Brainstorm. I never know what's right here. Because like I don't like fighting this, because a lot of the time they just go Brainstorm, you go Force, and then they play the Needle from hand sort of thing. But then are they sculpting a Force of Will behind their Needle, if you know what I mean? So it can be tricky, but I'm generally happier saving my fights, especially when they've already used one Force, right? They've already gone down some cards to try and stay alive. And Brainstorm, at the moment, no shuffle, right? They've made a land drop, so this could be a Cycle Lorien just to get the cards out of the way. And that's a plow on my guy. Okay, fine. 2 cards in hand for the opponent. We're going to untap, we're going to dredge a Shambling Shell, and then we're going to activate Bazaar of Baghdad. An Icarid and a Stinkweed Imp. We play Bazaar. Stinkweed Imp. Stinkweed Imp. Lots of cards. Discard the good ones. Chill you, bring back a Narc. That brings back 0 Amalgams this turn, which is a bit of a shame, but it's fine. Still going to be attack for 4. Opponent's going to be at 12. And then likely dead to some form of Icarid nonsense next turn. Well, not quite, actually. I've only got the 1 Icarid. Opponent's got 2 cards in hand. An Ancestral Recall. Sure. Do I... I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think I should let that one resolve, but I have, so... I also feel fairly comfortable with my hand, and they've gone after my Bazaar of Baghdad, so no Tabernacle plans for the future from them. 4 cards. And I think my graveyard's just going to be good enough just to slow dredge through here. Icarid can resolve. Icarid will eat Stinkweed Imp by the looks of things. We'll dredge our Grave Troll back into our hand. Hit a bridge from below, which is going to make us go even wider and even faster. Opponent takes 8, falls to 4. They're incredibly dead on board. They're dead on board through a Tabernacle as well, actually. So do I want to Wasteland their Caracas? I don't think so. I don't think so. Something like Bowmaster Lotus Twist with Force behind would be the perfect 5 for them here. Which is how many cards they've got. And this looks like it's a cruise. Which seems somewhat desperate, so this one I will fight. They force back. pitching Lavinia. Oh, I do have plays to make. So yeah, opponent continues to be dead on board though, which is one problem they've got to solve in all of this. And they can't. So we win. Maybe played a little bit too conservative with my force of will there. But I like the Wasteland just sitting in play. Yeah. See you for the next one. Okie dokie, round 4 up against Aguanile 87. I'm going to powder. They've revealed a cat. So they are a very strong Lurus player. I've played them a lot in the past. Companion's funny. Different treatment. I'll keep this. So I think I am going to play Bazaar. Probably. That's where most of my things start. And I'm going to grief pitching an Icarid. And if they fight, I'll probably activate in response to the... I would have probably activated in response to the Force of Will to try and force this through to get the zombie. We stack our triggers correctly and we see they've got Wasteland, a Billion Moxen, and a DT. Okay, so we're going to take the DT here. What's it like? Just all of the jewelry. And now we'll activate... and we'll discard... I'm going to come off my Icarids here. I'm going to discard Bridge, Force of Will, Thug. And I'm going to grief them again. I'm going to take their Force of Will. Then they're going to Wasteland me and buy Lurus. Then I'm going to pick up my Bazaar of Baghdad and go crazy. Crazy might be a stretch, but you know what I mean. So they've got some cards in their hands. They don't have Force of Will. They don't have DT. They don't... Ooh, I don't like that for me. Sapphire. So they're going to leave me with the Bazaar of Baghdad here. So they top deck like a needle or a cage. And he just buys Lurus and passes. What a wild turn of events. So I guess I have to slow Dredge. And I hit more stuff. I hit the world, actually. Stinkweed Imp, Bridge, and some other stuff. They didn't Wasteland me. Someone explain. I didn't get Therapy either. If they're just blue-black, they might get the tap land on end step here. Which will then mean we can decide whether we want to Noxious them or something. I did get an Icarid. I'll get an Amalgam in on end step as well. They didn't fetch. They play the Wasteland. I don't understand the Delta play. And they play a Psychic Frog. So they're holding Lurus plus one card we don't know. Could be a Spell Pierce. But who cares? Let's get a Bazaar of Baghdad into play. They haven't played Lurus, which means if we find our Therapy, we can Therapy the Lurus out of their hand. I'll eat a Grief. And I won't Dredge. Ooh, that was close. I was like, look at that troll. So Golgari Grave Troll and Stinkweed Imp. Got a billion cards. Didn't find my Therapy, which is a shame. But I did find 2 Narcomoebas. And I'll just slay with everything. I think the bridges don't matter so much in this spot game 1. I don't think it matters. Next turn they can play Lurrus and Frog again. Yes, they block here and they don't pump. And then they get my 2 bridges for free. But I'm... Oh no, they did pump, so I get 2 more zombies. Force a negation. Tough beats. Yeah, I'm not sure about how this game's transpired, to be honest with you. Now they can't attack, and they can't do anything, and they die. Okay. Cool game 1. We're going to do the same as we did earlier, which was bringing this stuff, and bringing this stuff, and bringing a few of these. I'm not sure how many of these sickening shells I'm supposed to have. I'm on the draw, though, so the grease can go, is what I did last time. And then 5 more cards. I did Thugs plus Therapy, which I think is okay. It still gives me 9 dredges. The shambling shells aren't the best, but they pitch to multiple things. And then this is our opener, so we get to take a mulligan. And there's a chance that I don't want the wastelands in this matchup. I'm going to put a chill back in my deck. Bottom card's a chill, write that down. And we'll keep this hand. And we're not excited about a turn 1 needle, to be honest with you. So Mox Sapphire. They mulligan to 6, and they've got a wasteland. 2 cards is a walk. Okay, cool, good stuff. So we've got the Noxious rolled up, and then they've... Jesus wept. So they've had 3 pieces of power in each opener. There's a Pearl, another Wasteland, and they purchase Lurrus. Cool. 5 cards. We are barely participating at this point. Another Bazaar is the Dream. Ooh. Pay me. So, cards that want to be in the graveyard can go to the graveyard. We'll get wasted. We'll try and force Lurrus, I think. Yeah, Wasteland is in. Delta. Do I want to force Lurrus, or do I probably respond with Noxious on Bazaar? And see if they've got a Force of Will. And if they do, I protect my Noxious. And if they don't, I fight the Lurrus. Misstep, that's annoying. So I do get my Bazaar back. They do get their Lurrus into play. We play Bazaar. And we just throw the Bazaar at them, I think. They waste it immediately, sure. But I'm going to end up with another Bazaar, you know. So that's the joke there. Just grinding through 2 wastelands. Creeping Chill you. Make a Narcomoeba. Make 2 Amalgams. That's pretty tasty, actually. And it's your go, sir. Off you pop. Tabernacle's annoying. Urza Saga's really annoying. Plow is fine. 2 cards for the opponent. But I'm going to get a decent portion of the way through my deck here. And hopefully build a good enough board state to get somewhere. I play Bazaar. Dredge 10. That was less exciting than I was hoping it would be, I think. Oh no, there's quite a few amalgams in there actually. Yeah, the other 2 are in there. And then we get in for 4. And next turn's where it's going to get a bit sweatier. Because they're going to be able to make a construct, and the following turn I won't have a graveyard. They've got another wasteland. Cool. My graveyard's pretty much dead now. But if we can dredge a troll, make 2 Icarids, and hit into some of our bridge from blows, that's going to be like the nut high for us. We've got 2 bridges and 18 cards, and we're going to see 6 of them. So Shambling Shell can go, and Shambling Shell can go, I guess. Dredge a Grave Troll. That hits 1 bridge, and I think that's going to be very good for us. So in we go with the whole squad. They make a token. It's also a 3/3, right? Yeah, so my bridge is live. Lurus blocks. Construct blocks. Opponent. I get 2 zombies. And then I get 2 more zombies. No, I don't get 2 more zombies. I just get 2 zombies. 2 zombies. I've got these cards in play. And then if they go... Because obviously they're going to make a token here. And then they're going to get a Soul Guide Lantern. So the main problem we've got at the moment is Tabernacle at Pendule Vale. If they can tutor for a tab, then we'll lose. If they can't, then I believe we'll get around this construct token. So it's... Oh, they're floating mana. Which I'm really not on board with. They get a Soul Guide Lantern, which gets to eat my whole bin. They draw a card? They draw a card. Okay. We win the match. So I guess they just don't have any card draw in hand. And no way to access... no way to access the Tabernacle. So they have to draw a card into a multi-card draw spell like a cruise. And then they have to cruise into yet another Lantern plus tab or something like that. I don't know. Hey ho, we're 4-0. Okie dokie, final round. We're on the draw against P17, also on Dredge. Okay. We'll keep our 7. And again, we've got bridges to dig to. This time we've got some dredgers. They exiled main deck Sickening Shoal. Intriguing. So I wonder what they've dropped instead then. They've got negations. So they've got the blue package. That's very interesting, isn't it? Main deck Sickening Shoal and a mulligan to 5. 2 amalgams have gone. Not a lot else. Fine. They grief me pitching Creeping Chill. What do you want to take? So then they're just working with 3 cards. One of them's a Bazaar of Baghdad. They take my Noxious, which makes sense because that's the only card with text. Then they play their Bazaar and activate it. Discarding Imp, Hollow 1, Icarid, and they play a Hollow 1. Tidy work, tidy work. So, drawing a Creeping Chill isn't ideal. Let's activate Bazaar. Let's do the 2 dredgers and the amalgam. Is there any reason to grief them here? Not really. I can't grief myself, can I? No. No, so we can hold on to the grief because it will be a bridge token later. They are going to get an unaccosted Dredge on here though. So Stinkweed Imp into Chill and Shambling Shell. The Icarid trigger's still on the stack. So they'll discard 2 cards. They'll chill me, they'll bring back an Icarid. They'll get to dredge a Stinkweed Imp. And this is an aggressive amount of damage to start with, especially on a day where I've drawn 2 chills. 1, 2, and they only went through 1 chill earlier, so that's not great. And they've got 2 Icarids on board now. So that's all very scary. Dredge our Stinkweed Imp then, and hope for good things. Stinkweed Imp, Stinkweed Imp. No good things have manifested here. I might just die. Dredge a Stinkweed Imp. I'm just actually dead. I don't have a bridge. I don't have any more dredgers. I don't have an amalgam or an Archimeber. And they've got 2 Icarids to attack for 10. So we lose. There's no action in 35 cards. Or 25 cards. That's annoying. Okay, next game. And then we'll bring in the stuff. All of it. We'll drop Chalice. We'll drop Negations. We'll drop Force of Wills. We'll drop Griefs. And give me my Leyline back. Okay. That was unfortunate, but that's the way it goes. If we're on the play, we probably win because we have one more Bizarre activation. But never mind. So, 2 ley lines and a powder. I will powder. And then I will mulligan. And then we'll keep this hand. We'll put a chill on the bottom of our deck. We'll hope they don't leyline us. Get fucked, I guess. Cool. Cool. So now what do? We activate, I guess. Nothing good. So what, 2 Stinkweed Imps and a Wasteland? Noxious is a, like, mediocre graveyard hate. The dream here being that they activate, they discard 1 Dredger, we waste them, and they die. We are up against it. Triple Dredger. None of that going on. Okay. They've got a hollow one as well. A Tormod Crypt. Wild to play out the Tormod Crypt here, because I can just Vigor it. I don't have a graveyard. Like, I think that should be in your hand. Draw step. Another Bazaar. So I'm going to activate, because I can come off those Bazaars if I want to. There's a Vigor. I'll actually just come off the Noxious Revival. And then I'll Wasteland them. And I'll let them dredge. What's that? Force of Vigor, Sickening Shoal still in the deck. Ravenous Trap as well. How hateful are they? Good grief. But no second Bazaar. So we get to kill their 2 graveyard hate pieces. I just want to make sure I clicked on 2 things there. 1, 2. They die. We untap. We take a draw step. Noxious Revival. Play Bazaar and pass. They've only got 1 Dredger, 2 Dredgers left. So if they miss on the Thug, we can put them on draw steps. Now they hit Stinkweed Imp. I'm still going to use it though. On the Stinkweed Imp. So end step is wrong, but hey ho. Will Noxious your Stinkweed Imp? Oh no, because that means they just dredge 3 into that, doesn't it? Oh well, it means they dredge 3 next turn. So we're just going to use that now. I should have done this second main. And now I'll activate Bazaar. Because if I hit a Dredger here and then hit an Amalgam, then I'll be annoyed. There's a Dredger. Time to get Ravenous trapped. Oh, come back, Graveyard. Creeping Chill. Some cards. Okay. So they take the Chill straight to the Dome. I'm going to play somewhat sketchily around a Ravenous Trap here. Dredge 4. And we'll go to combat. We'll get in for 3. So they're on slow dredges. We just need to not die to like a random trap or crypt, I think. So I'll get my amalgam into play. Like I did earlier on, I'm going to get my amalgam into play. And at some point, they just don't have it, right? And now we can do a bit of dredging. Chill you. No bridges there. Icarid dies. I've got one amalgam coming in. Draw step, they dredge 3, which is just ridiculously slow. They did find an Icarid there. They've got a Stinkweed Imp, and that's their last dredger. But the Icarid's only got a prized amalgam to eat. So, like, the good thing about them being on their draw steps is they're not doing anything. The bad thing about them being on draw steps is suddenly that they'll have access to their hate pieces, of which they're kind of overdone on, right? Do I want to do this? I guess so. They didn't do anything last turn, so I think we can safely assume they don't have it. And if they do, then congratulations and well played and stuff. This is a lot. And we win. Okay. That big pause was kind of stressful. I'm not going to lie. Okay, so Ravenous Trap. Jesus wept. Ravenous Trap, Tormod's Crypt, Leyline of the Void. And I'm on the draw. Do I want to cut Therapy? Thugs. For 5 blue cards. I don't think so. I think I'm happy with where I'm at. Play more reactive, hope to have a Vigor or a Leyline. Well, and a Bazaar, I guess. Didn't specify. So we'll take the mulligan. We've got the land. They don't have the Leyline. That doesn't mean anything though, because they can still have the trap, which is really hard for us to play around. They'll take my Noxious Revival, as per. And now they'll play their Bazaar. We'll see what they've got, whether we want to Wasteland or not. Thug, Icarid, Amalgam. So this is one of those ones where if I Wasteland them, I can fall very far behind. If I don't Wasteland them, I can fall very far behind. So I'm gonna go with the waste. They're gonna eat a grief. Yeah, that handle's great. They're gonna eat the grief, bring back the amalgam, dredge 4 off the thug. And the real risk here is if they have the second, that's horrible. The second Bazaar. So if they've got the second Bazaar, then they've just locked it up, sort of thing. Yeah, okay. That's not great. So how much power is this? This is 3 this turn. 6 coming back, so I'm at 10. So I'm at 4 on my next untap step, and they have access to Creeping Chill in their deck. It's kind of fucked, really. Guess we have to play our Bazaar, though. So I believe 2 Creeping Chills kills me. And we haven't even made our way through all their hate just yet either. Okay, so 1. And then they've got at least Dredge 4. Tormod's Crypt. Also good. Okay. 4 and 1. Unless I top deck a Bazaar off this draw step, is my only out here. I hit a Prized Amalgam. And that's not going to do anything. Cool. Good games. Yeah, I don't know how to... I don't know, that turn 1, right? If I take them off the Bazaar and they don't have the second, then I'm probably in decent shape. If... Yeah, and then if I Bazaar, then I'm just behind the Bazaar activation and just slowly losing, you know? They'll come out ahead of me. I don't know. Interesting final round. Lose the mirror over... With additional hate, right? They've got... I don't know how many extra pieces they're playing. Maybe it's just 1 of each, or maybe it's more. Oh yeah, they've got 2 traps. What a wild list. Right, anyway. Good games to the opponent, good games to everyone else, and thanks for watching.